have a special guest with us today that she's an amazing young woman, and I've gotten to know her over the past, couple years, I think, more and more. And she has energy and passion and has so much love in her heart just for people. And so we want to talk to Amanat today to hear from her. And Amanat, please unmute your mic. And Guinea, could you introduce her, because I know Amanat is very special in your life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And it's my honor and pleasure. Honor and pleasure. You know what? She's my special sunshine. She's my angel. And listen, Amanat, listen. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Okay, you're listening to me. Can you tell me what's your name, please?
My name is Amana for Holly.
Your name is Amal Kaur Jolly. Okay, awesome. Tell me, how did you come to know about this event?
I like his Judy best friend.
Judy best friend? Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you know about this event?
LinkedIn.
Oh, LinkedIn. Oh, you're so smart. You're so smart. You're on LinkedIn.
No.
Okay. Can you tell us quickly, what's your business?
Be Holly.
Be jolly. That's a business. My friends, my beautiful community, if we embrace just that, her business is Be Jolly. And she embraces that to the fullest. If we learn how to be jolly all the time, rest, we don't need anything else, right? My awesome friend, Be Jolly friend, Amanat, I am honored to be your mom. I'm honored to be in your life, and you bring sunshine to our world. And you're the inspiration behind everything we do. Judy and I, thank you for your presence. Thank you, my dear friend. Can you mute yourself now?
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome. So my friends, with that, let's go further. Judy, I think it's time that our beautiful Ask AILEDA is here. And let's welcome her to our beautiful event and let everybody know her magical touch, her magical touch. What can I say about AILEDA? She is the transformational leader. She is that experienced strategist, the team development specialist that has made companies grow from national to the global markets. Many companies she's worked with, few of them are US Bank, Harley Davidson, Ace Hardware, Bath and Body. She was also invited to the White House to be a speaker there. So you can see how influential she is in transforming people and businesses. Personally, I often go to her LinkedIn posts and I check them out regularly. Why? Because they become the source of my inspiration for my day, my life. Her recent one, don't wait for the world to recognize you. Don't wait for the world to recognize your greatness. Live it. Live it and let the world catch up to you. I am, without reading that, without further ado, we are honored. Judy and I are honored to welcome to our event, Wishing Your Free Spirit. Let's hear from you, AILEDA, and let's get inspired by your beautiful, magical touch. AILEDA, we need to unmute your, yes.
I think, are we good now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I was saying thank you for that beautiful introduction. first of all, and thank all of you for allowing me to join the community today. I'm really appreciative. Good job on the introduction as well. I am appreciative of all of the nice and kind things that you said. I would like to just know on an overall whole how I can help the people in the community, the people who are on with us today. That's going to be something that's going to be really important to me. So I don't know if we'll have time to answer questions at some point, but that will be something I'll really want to do to help support anybody's business in any way that I can. Some questions that you had sent to me, do you want me to kind of lead with those so that we can kind of start those talking points? Okay.
That would be great. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that you asked me to discuss are what are my unique gifts. And so one of those things has always been motivating and inspiring people, primarily teams, large groups of people. Because of that, that has pretty much paved the way for all future success that I've had and all endeavors that I've worked within, companies, organizations, the White House, as you mentioned. All of those things came from having amazing relationships. Amazing relationships came from using my unique gifts in the world. And so those unique gifts are inspiring people, motivating people, encouraging people, right? So one of the things that I found, especially in working with people, it doesn't matter if it's a person in business, it doesn't matter if it's a CEO or an executive individually. One thing always holds true, and that is that people can always use encouragement and support. At no matter what level they're working at, they can always use encouragement and support. And the reason for that is because, you know, if you think about it, we live in a world and a society that, and globally even oftentimes where, you know, people are criticized. There's a lot of criticizing, there's a lot of judgment, there's a lot of blame oftentimes running around rampant within corporations, organizations, teams themselves, a lot of finger pointing. So one thing that I always find very advantageous is going in and really just paying attention. You know, I mean, that's another gift I think that I bring to the table is I really just pay attention. Meaning I'm in the present moment when I work with my teams or with my clients on an overall whole, and I'm really paying attention to what they're saying to me. That way I can actually add value to their day, their lives, their organizations on an overall whole. So I don't ever go racing in with some sort of an agenda. I always want to hear what other people want and what other people need, or, you know, what it is that they want to share about the pains or the challenges that they're having on an overall whole. And once I have that information, then I'm able to move into using my unique gifts and understand how I can best benefit them. So paying attention and inspiring and motivating, those are some key things that most people will contract me for, as well as solutions, right? So the other thing I feel like is I've really learned to open my creative brain and my creative mind through the years. I meditate often. I pray often. You ladies know we had this discussion. So I'm a big believer in living a balanced life, and balanced can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. And so I'll talk and kind of like lead a little bit more into that. So what I mean by balanced is that, you know, oftentimes you hear the phrase in the marketplace often, mind, body, spirit. And so that's something that you'll hear always come into play. And I tell people, while those three components are accurate, they're in the wrong order. And it's okay to say mind, body, spirit because it sounds better in that aspect, but it really should be spirit, then mind, then body. And that's a scientific proven fact from the aspect of the mind controls the body, right? So, and who's in control of the mind though? And that absolutely should be your spirit. And so I teach it kind of in the aspect of, you know, you're the pilot, the spirit should be the pilot of the plane. So the spirit should be telling the mind what to do. Your mind will always respond. Your mind always does what you tell it to, whether it be good or bad. So having some control over your thoughts and having some sense of discipline over what information you're feeding yourself and what's going into your mind on a regular basis, that comes from spirit. That comes from being present and being fully aware. That is the place where the magic lies, because that then you can control everything else, and you should. So then mind is not what I've heard it referred to several times as like a monkey, right? Like a monkey brain, you hear that often. So the mind should not be a monkey brain. That is not how it's intended to be. That is not why we're here. We are here because we are meant to be consciously paying attention to what's happening in our world and then funneling that information through and then giving creation to it.
AILEDA, we met you and we had a conversation. That is one part which absolutely I remember, because we are so used to hearing without even thinking consciously, mind, body, and spirit. And you explained it so beautifully, how our thoughts become who we are and how they become a part of our physical body, so to speak. So thank you for bringing that up again. I was mesmerized when I met you for the first time, and I said, wow, this lady really, is making sense. It has to be spirit, mind, and body. Beautiful, beautiful.
And Adhd, could you share with us some of the challenges that you overcame to get to this point? Or was that an inherent thing that you always knew?
It's been a lifetime of learning and growth, right? So, if you want to, when you talk about challenges, it's like, wow, where do you begin? Because everybody has a lifetime of challenges. Everybody has their story, right? And so, I guess, I can tell you, when I was little, I was picked on. I think that's when I first started to understand my leadership, right? And it took them like really doing something pretty severe for me to really get to a point where I took a stand. But once I took that stand, there was no turning back. So I became a leader at a very young age. And so you can say, does that come natural? Yes, absolutely. To a certain degree, can become natural. Initially, I don't know. I would like to think that I was a leader, but again, I'm talking like third grade. So, do we really know how much leadership skill we have at that stage yet in life, or is it cultivated? And so every challenge that you come across in your life is an opportunity to cultivate your growth. And I don't need to say that to this group because I know that everybody's heard that a million times. But if you're embracing it, if you're truly living it, then you are doing nothing but growing every step of the way. I was a single mom of 2 children for the majority of my life. Did that pose challenges? Absolutely. And multiple challenges and through multiple stages of their lives. But I can say and honor that I have 2 beautiful grown girls now. Both are amazing. One's 30, the other one is 25. So, and they're both successful entrepreneurs in life, because children will primarily learn through monkey see, monkey do, not what you tell them, and their own experiences, just like us, right? So the other thing is that then I was very blessed in business, but I went to school for art. So, I thought I was going to be an artist. And then I wound up having my first beautiful daughter, and that sent my life catapulting in a whole different direction. Then I, came into a scenario where, wow, I have to really I don't know if I can take that art path, because I was on the cusp of, it was, hand-drawn sketch art at the time, really dating myself here, versus jumping into graphic arts and graphic design. So I was coming through on that cusp. So, there went that education and arena for being able to seize the opportunity of the education I already had. Thank heavens I was able to get in with organizations that had amazing training programs. And so when I jumped in with corporate America and got involved in some amazing training programs is when I truly started to excel with my career and my career path. Because of the fact that I had the creative mind, I was able to come up with solutions in many situations where maybe they were more logic brained and they were stifled. So that's where I found my creativity really flourished. So instead of it being on canvases and in pretty drawings like I had initially planned, it wound up being business evolution, truly. And so, you know, for me, that realization was profound. And that is another major component of what has continued my growth. So back to, because I'm going to really hone in on creativity and imagination and the importance around that. For those of you who don't meditate, I will tell you I highly recommend it. I will tell you that people have said it, and my clients have said time and time again, I don't know how to meditate. I've tried meditating. I just can't do it. I'm here to tell you that there's a modality or a way out there for everyone to be able to find a resource for being able to find what's right for you to be able to get into a meditative state of being. And that is what I'll highly encourage. For me, it happens to be audio. So I have always used an organization called HoloSync, and it's their Centerpoint, but everybody has their favorites. And so I encourage you to dabble in it if you haven't. The reason why I chose HoloSync is because way back in the day, that happened to be one of the originals that was out in the marketplace that found that frequency actually will trigger different components of your brain, right brain and left brain. So HoloSync does frequencies in both of your brain or both of your ears, which then trigger both lobes of the brain, and teaches them how to work more harmoniously and in sync together. So both of your right brain and your left brain will work together in unison to help you find solutions and or organizational structure or whatever the case may be that you need to have in whatever area of your life that you may need it in. But all of this will also, and I always tell people, you can think all day long that your business life is completely separate from your personal life. And believe me, the CEOs and the executives that I deal with, they think that is, you know, that is a thing. And then they realize through coaching with me, because what oftentimes will happen is that I will have an executive that will hire me to coach with them one-on-one. And then the next thing I know, I am involved in their organization or their company or their corporation on an overall whole, because there is no division between the two. What's happening with that leader will also be spilling over into that organization. It's inevitable. A company is not separate from who you are, especially if you are the independent business owner in the equation. So always something to keep in mind is that as harmonious as you are here is as harmonious as everything else around you is going to be, including business.
My past life, I was a coach, and I was a business coach. And so I had the opposite happen. So people would hire me to help improve their business. And lo and behold, we got involved in their personal lives. And, you know, it's so interesting that I helped one businesswoman actually find the love of her life. And it was, you know, it was a business meeting. So
that's awesome.
So we are honored. See, ask AILEDA, and she always says, plan it, drive it, and do it.
Exactly.
So she's telling you, yes, you know what? Floor is open. Any of our guests want to ask AILEDA any questions?
I'd like to ask her something, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hi. What do you recommend for people with ADHD when it comes to meditating? Because I've tried it. I mean, I do good sometimes. But sometimes I have a hard time doing it for such a long time. It's like I can only do it for like 10 minutes, and then I lose track, and then I don't know. What do you recommend for someone like that? Do you teach that meditation to people?
I do not teach meditation to people, Chastity, but I will make recommendations, and I'll tell you that you're talking to the right girl in the aspect of my youngest was diagnosed with ADHD when she was 10. And I said, no way are you going to medicate my little one so that she can have focus, because I had already identified that she could hold focus on the things that she truly loves. And Chastity, I hope that you find that same thing true, but it has to be something that you are on fire about, girl. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like on fire, like you love it. The thing that I will encourage you to do is to, allow yourself to be exactly who you are. Like, this is a gift. This isn't an endangerment. This is an awesome gift that you have, and just embrace it and own it. If you can only do 10 minutes at a time, and that's what feels good to you, take your 10 minutes. Take it all day long in increments, right? You don't have to do it all at once. And why do you think they design meditations now that are out there that are 10-minute increments? Like, there's 10-minute meditations, and they're super powerful. I've had some amazing, I do a 10-minute and all of a sudden I'm completely replenished. I'm completely refreshed. And I'm ready to go.
I also go see a Reiki lady too. I don't know if that, I see her, she's pretty good. She's been teaching me, working with me on it as well.
Good. So you're learning more about energy.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, Michael.
Hey, thanks for providing information. First of all, you said it was hollow think. Did I get that correctly? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hollow.
Oh, hollow sync. So it's HOLO.
Okay.
So H is in Henry, O is in operation, L is in lamb, O is in operation, and then S is in Sam, Y is in yo-yo, N is in Nancy, C is in cat.
Oh, thank you for clarifying that. Okay.
You're very welcome.
The question I have is, I am very fidgety. So my limited experience with with meditation is, I'm going to be sitting, I can't say it nowadays, it's not politically correct, my legs crossed, and with my hands completely still. So is this part of the sync?
You can do hollow sync. So here's the thing I'll tell you about hollow sync is that you literally, my recommendation that, so again, when you enter meditation, you will always hear your meditational teachers say, find a comfortable, relaxed spot, get comfortable, make sure that, some will say lay down, some will say pick a comfortable sitting position. So I say roll with what, makes you feel the most comfortable, whatever position that is. I will tell you, I'm to a point to where I meditate while I'm exercising, and I meditate, in action. And so eventually that is what I guide and coach my clients into, is meditate while you're in action. And Chastity, that's another great call out for you. If you're just feeling like, you're getting a little bit antsy because you're sitting still, again, the audio is such a great resource because you can get up and you can move. So there is no hey, you have to be in non-movement either. They might tell you that, but again, there's endless possibilities in this world. So why not, live it the way it works best for you? Don't follow a guideline, follow your own internal intuitive guideline. Please, everyone, follow your own internal intuitive guideline to what works for you. Always first and foremost, above anybody who is going to tell you anything. Always do that. So meditation, in my opinion, can be done in action. It could be done sitting. It could be done laying down. Some people get worried. Well, I fell asleep. Don't worry. It's okay. It's still going in. Still going in.
You know what, AILEDA? I actually, when you speak, I take notes. And one of the powerful statements you just said, I think for all of us, allow yourself to be yourself.
Yeah.
This is profound. I think that's what, once we understand that part itself, allow yourself to be yourself. Each one of us have a unique gift in us. Don't let the rest of the world tell you who you need to be or who you can't be. It's who you are. Let it be free spirit. And that's what we love about having people like you come to our community, and our vibrant community is increasing. Fortunately, every month we have new people join in, which is in some ways we were saying, yes, we would love to have some repeat people, but yes, the reality is whosoever needs to be touched by that moment
Agreed.
is here, is present. And what a powerful, if nothing else, anybody else gets from us today is allow yourself to be yourself. I think is a profound statement. And AILEDA, we are grateful for you nudging us about that today, right now.
Thank you. Thank you, Jenny.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to thank you too. I'm into energy healing too. So my pranic healing, it's pranic healing. So I want to just give one more tip, like as she was telling, as you were saying, increase the time, but also one more point, same time will also help. If you are doing in the morning, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, just choose the same time every day.
Routine.
Helps too. And one thing more, like cover your head, because this is the crown. Cover your head with anything, shawl, or we call it any stroll, so that it has the energy up here and it will be easily connected to the upper soul. So we do that.
Those are great tips.
Beautiful.
Yes,
So
we do
are
that.
so honored. Yes, we are everybody. Wisdom here, right? We learn from each other and little things. Thank you, Sangeeta.
And use that same shawl or whatever you are covering with, same shawl, because it preserves the energy there too.
We are honored. Yes.
Absolutely.
And like AILEDA was saying, ultimate goal is, as you keep practicing, anything you do, you are in the meditative state. And that's what the way you should be leading your life. Life should be oneness. It should be the same in and out. Your business should be extension of you, and you should be extension of your business. So everything should be in that unison. Once you're in the balance, I think that's what I really admired what AILEDA was saying. Balance yourself and respect your own presence. So with that, awesome, Judy, we are honored. Oh my goodness. Anybody has any other question? Judy, you are the person who knows how to lead our next segments and all very cautiously.
Thank you, Ginny. And AILEDA, if you could share your contact information with the people in this group,
Sure.
however you want to be connected with, that's totally up to you. But if you could put that in the chat, because I'm getting this feeling that there's a lot more questions here and a lot more interest in who you are and how you help people.
So yeah, thank you. I just put it in the chat. And if anybody doesn't know how to access that, I'm happy to give it verbally as well. But, I would say for anybody who has questions outside of this, or something that maybe is going to take up, you feel like it's going to be more singular minded, or something specific just to you, or something that you would rather share, not in a forum, but in private, please feel free to reach out through my website. I give free consultations. There's the opportunity to sign up and to connect with me there. And the nice thing is, when you do that through my website, it will automatically propagate a Zoom meeting for both you and I and put it on our calendars. So that would be my biggest recommendation, or best recommendation for anybody who wants to connect in a quieter, more one-on-one atmosphere.
And for the people that are watching this recording in the future, could you verbally give us that information?
Yes, my dear lady, I can. So the website is www.ask, A as in apple, S as in Sam, K as in kite, AILEDA, which is A as in apple, I as in Intel, L as in lamb, E as in elephant, D as in David, A as in apple, AILEDA.com. And my email would be the same, except it's info@askaleda.com.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And so this webinar will actually be up on Zoom very shortly, so that people that could not be here will be able to watch, you know, your amazing story and not only your challenges, but some of the small things that you have told us that are so huge. And, you know, just not only meditation, but I just love the mind, body, spirit analogy, and how, you know, it really is about our spirit, and however you think of that, and, you know, start with that and then follow with your mind and your body. That's a great, great place to start your life.
Absolutely. AILEDA, honored. We are honored. Each one of us need to ask AILEDA. So just remember that. Just ask AILEDA and you can
Just ask. Just ask. I'm happy to answer.
Just ask. And she is generous enough. Thank you for, you know, sharing your wisdom with us, a woman of your caliber, and how busy you are. We know that. We know how busy your business is and what you do for many corporate world and all. And you choosing to give your time to us, we are honored by that. So each one of us, please, you know, very simple. We can put her information in the chat because AILEDA, we didn't have it there. Some people are asking, they want to know your, there we got it. She's already put, Mark, good, thank you. He's put information about HoloSync, but we want to put AILEDA's information, but simple, ask AILEDA.com.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
anybody, if you guys have, like I said, any further questions, feel free to reach out. I just put the spelling to HoloSync there. It is also under a company called, I believe, Centerpoint.
Yeah, we already have it in there.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I did want to toss in quickly is that, you know, like I said too, you know, everybody goes through challenges and everybody has a lifetime full of challenges. And, you know, but each one of those is going to cultivate you. And so eventually that is how, you know, and again, I will also add visualization. So, you know, you have to kind of like sit down, and when I say plan it, drive it, do it, the plan it part is you have to really plan out, like, what do you want for yourself? What do you want for yourself? What do you want for your business? What do you want for your life on an overall whole? Like, you are, again, I said, the pilot of the plane, right? Your mind is the autopilot. It's happy to take over for you. It's happy to take over for you, but the pilot is the one who should be in charge. That's why planning is important. Then after you have your planning done, you should have visualization work in place, because I never intended myself to be giving my business opinions in the White House, yet I did. But what I did envision is I wanted to do international travels. And so I always was like, oh, I just want to, you know, someday I want to do international travels. And, you know, it wasn't until I became an empty nester that, you know, then you get the last one out of the house. And then I went through this period of like, oh my gosh, like, I've always like been like mom, right? I've always had something to do to be parenting. And now all of a sudden, I don't have that immediately like right in my household anymore. And so I kind of went through this whoa. And then after I got past that, I was like, well, look, there's an international position that's available, right? There's an international position in the business world that is now a eureka popped up opportunity for me. However, the entire time for several years, I was thinking, I want to do international travels. I want to get out and see the world. And then lo and behold, it came to me through a business opportunity to get out and travel internationally and see the world. It just so happens that anything that I touch, I take tremendous pride in. So if I don't know something fully, even though I already had the opportunity and the project and all of this, like it was already laid out, but there were things that were huge learning curves for me about international business, things I absolutely did not know. And so I had to research like crazy, but I researched so much and got such a handle on international business that that's how I wound up with the invite to go to the White House and give my business opinions on international trade agreements. Now, who in a million years would have ever thought that a single mom of 2 kids who was, gradually, slowly work their way through yada, yada, whatever life would eventually, have that opportunity, yet it presented itself. And it's because of, again, the fact that I've always been great at connecting with people and motivating people and encouraging people. And so grow your network through your gifts, grow your network through your gifts, plan it, plan your life. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh
Dr.
my gosh,
Kristen.
AILEDA, that was amazing. And we appreciate you, like Ginny said, we appreciate you giving your time. Thank you so much. And now we want to go into our getting to know you even better time. And so we're gonna mix it up a little bit today. We are a little bit smaller group. So instead of going into rooms, let me explain to you how we're going to do this today. We're going to get an opportunity to meet everyone. So normally we meet 3 or 4 people, maybe 6 people in our breakout rooms. But today we're going to actually do it differently. So we're going to ask each of you to tell us who you are and what your business is and what you need next in 30 to 45 seconds. And I know, oh my gosh, I see some people going, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I can't do that. Yes, you can. We're gonna do it short, and then after everyone is through, we'll open it up for questions for people, and we'll be able to help one another, because that's one of the primary things that we want to do in our community, is help support and collaborate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So why